Hello, friends, and welcome back. Welcome back to Sunset City. We are so pleased you are with us this evening, this All Saints evening. Let's go around the table, introduce our heroic band of teenage heroes, and then we'll get back into things. Let's go ahead and start with Christy. How you doing? Who you playing? How you feeling after last time?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I feel like I have two characters to play instead of one now. Um, I am Polish Christy. I play Hasar, aka Isla Hinsky, and she's got a little devil and angel on her shoulder action happening, and it's gonna be great.
Fine. Nothing bad ever happens from, having an evil personality shoved into you, right?
Never.
Never. So you get people grappling with dualities. Wally, how you doing?
Sup, y'all? It's your boy Wally. I'm back for another episode of Marvin enjoys his life every single step he takes and just falls, pleasantly in every situation because he's the dumbest little idiot in the world.
I Fallout Boy.
Oh man, I am so excited for this. I am very interested to see how this week turns out after that duality of angst and joy that was last week.
Yeah, definitely went some places with that. And somebody who knows the pain of the angst as well as the joys. Hope, where you at, friend?
Hey everybody, Pope here. Yeah. Consequences. Yeah. So very many of those. Nothing to worry about. Not at all.
Just barreling right down the track. Not a worry in the world.
Nope.
Somebody else without any worries whatsoever at all. Celeste, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Hi guys, I'm Celeste. I'm using they and trying on he pronouns for a little while. So you know how that goes.
Excellent.
Elodie uses she her pronouns, and Elodie, our president party crasher, is actually got like a boost of confidence recently and has been trying to like ride those coattails, and then all of a sudden whatever is happening between Arthur and Isla crops up. So concern. Several concerns.
Yeah. Concerns are happening, and somebody who is somewhat oblivious to the concerns coming down the track. Welcome back, Corey. How you doing? Who you playing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm glad to be back. I had a bit of something I had to deal with last time, but I'm here now, so that's great. Anyway, I'm playing Sapphire Sirius, the alien outsider of the team, and I wasn't, and of course he wasn't there last time, and there's a reason for that. You see, Lithians don't need to sleep, but they do have the ability to fall asleep, and most of the time, if they do like lose consciousness, they sort of they're supposed to like link up into a psychic network with the other Lithians, but being a rebel, Sapphire is cut off from that network. So his soul or his astral self, his mind thing, isn't calibrated to the same dream world as everyone else. So he wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see a little bit of what was happening with Sapphire here in just a moment. And I, of course, last but not the least, am Matt, your ever faithful killer GM, using he/him pronouns, though I do portray a variety of people of various different races, creeds, and genders. So, last time, little Mythfits, you dreamed. You dreamed. And right now, Sapphire Sirius dreams. Sapphire, you are locked in place, unmoving, but ever seeing. You stare out into a studio. Various works of art sit there, just as impassive, but all the more wondrous. You see a giant creature rearing up. You don't recognize where it's from. Definitely not Earth. Not from Homeworld either. And down below it is it looks like a model of some solar system far, far from here. Several of your friends wander past. You try to cry out, and no sound comes out. They don't appear to notice you.
Now, are these like my friends from Earth? Or, right. So, yeah, first of all, the first thing that Sapphire is going to do is, once he realizes that no sound comes out, he's going to try and see if he's still in his physical body at this point. Or at least from his perspective, if he has a form of any kind.
You're able to move your gaze around, and that's about the extent of what you can do with regards to movement. And you can tell you have your body. You're just posed.
Right,
just
so
a chunk of sapphire.
Oh no. Okay, so in that case, what Sapphire is going to try to do when he notices that his voice isn't carrying, he's going to try and like give off light. He's going to try and like blink, try to flash off some lights toward his friends in the distance and see if they notice him.
The light does not give out. You are not noticed.
Oh no. Okay, so let's see. Well, at this point, he's just gonna start just flailing around, trying to see if anything works.
Nothing works. You can't move. It's like you're just a statue.
He screams.
And no sound comes out.
I have no mouth, but I must scream.
Oh, you have a mouth sculpted on.
Well, I do have a mouth, but it's not working.
And so you are locked inside. For how long, you can't say. But then, finally, you hear a loud rumble and grind. Like the earth itself is moving. And it comes closer, that rumble getting louder and louder. Until finally before you, you see a mountain. A volcano slowly bubbling out lava.
Yeah, he's gonna try, and he's still trying desperately to just move and get out of the way, but of course nothing's happening because he's trapped.
That is correct. The mountain speaks. I am sorry you have been stuck here, little Lithian. Do know this time is at an end. Next time, hopefully, it should not be as fraught for you.
He tries to speak again to this mountain. Who are you? Can you hear me?
And the lava continues to flow, and you see several gemstones fall out and form a face. Do the Lithians have a religion of any sort?
Sort
or
of.
Mythology?
Sort of. They currently now in like the home world, they have like a whole god emperor situation. So the diamonds themselves are considered the gods, but they do have a sort of they do have this sort of religion that involves let's see, sort of, I never really gave it that much thought.
And that's okay if you haven't. I just wondered if you did. What I would say is those gems form an image akin to the first forged Lithian.
The primordial paragon. Is it really you?
This is a form that is familiar to you. One of many. This will be a conclusion. An end.
An end to what?
An end to this.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
The lava starts to roil and flow towards you. And the lava flows over the primordial paragon first, overtaking them, becoming a creature of stone and fire. And they lurch towards you, Sapphire.
Wait, I have so many questions.
We are at and the lava collapses over you.
So he's still trying to get away from this whole situation because he has no idea what's going on.
And then he woke up.
And he wakes up with a gasp, like, oh, wait, I can move, you guys. Oh, wait, where am I? Where am I, by the way? Am I still in Xanadu?
Do we have him hooked up to his ship, or do we have him in the room with everybody else? I forget.
We hadn't left the room, so he's still in the hospital bed.
Okay, so yeah, you are in a hospital bed currently. The other Mythfits are scattered around.
And so it's like, oh no, I saw this on Earth TV the other. I saw this on Earth TV the other day. They keep doing this. The guys in the black suits, they get people from other planets and strap them to beds. They're gonna cut me open. Get me out of here.
You are not strapped down.
Like, oh, wait. Oh, okay. That's good. I'm not strapped down. All right. So, let's see. Are they going to cut me open? No, that's the question. He looks around, tries to see if any of the other guys are anywhere near any of the other Mythfits.
Who notices Sapphire's awakening?
You look over and you see Marvin sitting up in bed with a bag of dried apricot chips, and he's just going,
Oh.
Hey, Sapphire.
Hey, Marvin. Did they cut me open while I was out?
No.
Okay, good. What happened back there? I was coming down to save you, and then all of a sudden I just blacked out, and then I saw the primordial paragon. He was trying to. Why was he trying to get me? I have so many questions.
I dreamed about riding a dragon, and I saved everybody from a giant castle. We were all having dreams. I think all our dreams kind of connected in the end by some big guy, probably the god of sleep. I'm gonna name him Jeffrey, because I already forgot his name. But Jeffrey brought us all together into a place, and we all shared one dream. I mean, we all learned stuff about each other, and we all became better people after we left.
We all shared one dream. So, you humans have a psychic network too?
I think at that point, Mythos comes back in with a bag of flaming hot Cheetos. Collective unconsciousness, it's weird. And I'm not certain that creation wants to be known as Jeff.
I don't know, it feels like a name from Jeffrey, the creator. Yeah.
We could workshop it, maybe?
Yeah, we can workshop it later on.
I was always partial to Tyler.
So yeah, no, now that we're all off, that's good. We can see about getting home. And
Wait, did I hear we're all up? Sapphire?
Oh, Elodie!
Elodie is right there hugging him.
And Sapphire's just right up there hugging Elodie, like, oh my God, Elodie, like, oh, you're not gonna believe this. I was like, I don't know what happened. I was going down to try to save you guys from off the top of the mech, and then next thing you know, I was stuck. I was trapped in a statue. It was like I got core harvested, and then the primordial paragon started speaking to me, talking about it's that the time is coming to an end.
Elodie puts a hand over his mouth.
Like,
It was a dream. It was a dream. It was, I mean, for some reason you dreamed outside of ours, but you dreamed. It's okay. It didn't really happen. It was some weird knockout dust Arthur had. Some weird mystical, you know.
I parted with one of my doomsday devices. I can still be feared.
Wait.
I wouldn't call it a doomsday device. That's Butterfree casting sleep powder. That's not a doomsday device.
Well, depends on the context.
Interesting. You know, this is the first time I've slept since I disconnected myself from the network. Does this always happen? Do you start seeing illusions when you fall asleep?
Dreams, humanity, and some other things dream.
Yeah, our dreams on our planet, we're all talking to each other over like I'll have to tell you more about it sometime, but this is new. I'll keep that in mind.
This entire time, Isla's just been like back turned to everybody else, pretending she's still sleeping.
Well, on the plus side, it is good to know the Paragon isn't mad at me.
Well, it may not be the Paragon's mad at you. It actually might be more of a subconscious kind of thing. They normally say when people have dreams, it's actually reflective of what kind of stress they may be going on in their life. Probably the fact that you dreamt about the Paragon being mad at you is probably you're feeling a disconnection from the Lithians in general, and it's making you feel like you're disconnected from that big god in the sky that watches all over you rock people.
And so he's just like,
what is
Marvin,
in that
are you okay?
bag, Marvin?
Oh, dried apricots, you want one?
Wait, did you just say something about Lithians?
Oh, lithium. Yes, you are.
Yeah, I was like, why the hell would there be Lithians? We fought them back in like that's another story for another day. But Lithians and Lithians don't get along very well.
I'm saying don't worry about it, man. It's just a dream. Dreams are not really like hardcore concrete of what's really going on in your life. Sometimes it's something to think about.
Right.
Eats more Cheetos.
I like to call dreams my nighttime therapist.
You doing all right, Marvin?
I'm doing great. Man, I had a great time in my dream. I found my dragon. Apparently, because I have this hybrid monster thing going on me, it's being represented in my subconscious as a giant red dragon that I named Salamander. He's my best friend. And yeah.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I take it as a kind of a thing that I've come to terms with who I am.
Well, you certainly do sound a lot more upbeat than usual, so I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, he's been a regular Marvin Uzumaki.
stares at Cheeto bag that is now empty, looks back out to hall, contemplates getting more food, but that would also involve Gigi.
Please tell me you're talking about the Naruto Uzumaki and not the Junji Ito Uzumaki, because I've been reading some of those manga.
The world
At
may
that
never
point,
know.
tosses the bag and just gets back in the bed. So we should probably get back to Sunset City, considering we've been gone a bit.
Oh yeah, are we still in Xanadu?
Yeah, even hit up the gift shop.
Yeah, how long have we been here? I don't know how long I've been out.
It's been close to 2 days.
Okay. For some reason it feels like so much longer.
Gigi leans her head in. When you mess with magic, it has consequences.
Hi, Gigi.
Oh,
Hi,
who's
Gigi.
this?
Our new friend.
This is Gigi, also known as Voodoo Child. Premier expert on all things arcane.
Oh, that's great. Wait, Mythos, isn't that your area of expertise?
No, I'm just a petty dabbler.
I see.
Reaches in and gets a small bag of gummy bears. Rips that open.
Gigi comes in. Last view. Okay, great. Hold out your hand, please. Oh no, she's talking to Sirius for this one.
Oh, okay. Here you go. What's up?
She runs her fingers along your palm. Ah, there it is. And like you see a little hairline ridge in your hand, like give off a faint glow.
Huh? What are you doing?
Just reading the line to make sure it's okay. Nothing got fractured. Alright.
Another unusual earth practice I have to study up on.
How magical are you, kid?
Well, it depends on your definition of magic. I mean, technically, there's like an energy within like all of our core crystals that I guess is, you know, at least to people on this planet, they consider it magic. But as far as like actual like spell casting and stuff like that, that's usually only reserved for a certain class. And I have never been part of that class, so I don't know the first thing about actual spell work.
Well, if you want to learn, that's something you can ask. There are places and people who will take it up if you want to, you know, learn about that sort of thing. Just make sure you have a proper teacher, and not somebody who is gallivanting off at the first sign of a door.
I'm gonna have to take you up on that, because perhaps the fusion of... Maybe I can finally figure out how to fuse technology and magic in an efficient way.
No. We don't do that, because when we try to do that, bad things happen.
Elodie
That's the same thing they say on my
gently
planet.
shuffles Snicker Snack further under the bed.
And yes, I will be talking with Menace about their blurring of the lines.
Don't mess with Menace. They've been really helpful, especially for somebody classified as a supervillain. In fact, I was surprised.
Menace lives up to their name in many, many different ways.
Well, I have yet to see it.
Anyways, you seem like you're okay. I don't have anything setting off any alarm bells, any of the words I got popping off, anything like that. Like, just be careful with this stuff, okay? It's magic can get out of hand really fast if you use it willy-nilly. All right?
All right. Yeah, just keep the two separate for now. Got it.
Don't mix magic and tech. Look, you can talk to the cult of they about how magic and tech works if you really want to. I don't think you do, though.
What's the cult of they?
That's a long, long story. We can save it for the trip back.
Yeah. Anyways, you folks should be free to check out when you're ready. Julian signed off on your stuff for the most part.
Yeah, we should get back.
Yeah.
Probably. All right. Well, here. And she'll do a quick flick and a little business type card will appear in her hand and she'll hand it to Sapphire. If you really are
thanks.
serious about it, here's my number.
Thanks. I'll probably call you at some point. I'll just keep this in mind. And he sort of like a little portal, like a tiny little portal, sort of opens up, and he just drops the card in there and closes it back up.
All right, yeah, that's fine. And then Buddha shall head on out.
Let's.
Didn't sense anything wrong. Yeah, some diviner you are.
You see a panel of Isla just wrapping the sheet around her completely and then just crawling into Marvin's lap. Just carry me to where we're going. And I just sit there.
You okay?
Awesome. I don't open my eyes the entire time. Just keep them shut.
I would like to pierce the mask.
Yeah. Do it.
With my 0 mundane, I'm gonna try to pierce a mask.
Heck yeah.
Ha ha!
That's a 9. So, on a 7 through 9, you get 1 question off this.
What are the questions again?
What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank? Or how could I gain influence over you?
How can I get Isla to open up and say what's wrong with her?
Only with the help of Elodie.
So Marvin looks down at Isla, then looks over at Elodie, looks down at Isla, and go, "Hey, Elodie.
What's up, Benny?
You wanna do something tonight?
Like what?
I don't know. Go out."
Okay, you and me, or all three of us, or?
I hold up little tiny bundle of Isla also.
Okay, I'm down.
Us 3.
Drive-in's doing a 2-for-1. You can probably enjoy some time over there. If we get back in time.
See, there we go. Well, yeah, we got to get back to. But yeah, we're gonna do something tonight. And I peck Isla on the forehead.
We're gonna do something tonight.
We're going to do something.
Oh, come
tonight.
on, Angel Babe. It'll be fun. I'll get you some popcorn.
Okay. Popcorn. Sounds great.
They got bratwurst at the drive-in.
If you guys want, you can take the hearse.
Oh, that would be.
Yep, we're gonna take the hearse. We're gonna take the hearse, and we're gonna go to a drive-in today. All right.
I just love when people look at us in the hearse. It's just my favorite look.
That's the best.
That's the best part of taking it. That's the best part of it.
Okay. Hearse to the drive-in it is. Thank you, babe.
But first, let's get out of this place. The smell is bothering
please.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't door us anywhere in here. Still tingly. So let's take an Uber out to the airfield.
Yeah. Yeah, you're able to do that pretty easily. Zoom on out back to where Sapphire's ship is still parked. It's fine.
Oh, great. Nobody stole my ship. This place probably isn't that bad. I don't see why you get such a bad rap. We had a pretty nice time here.
Babe, I don't think they understand how to work your ship.
That is a very good point. Very, very good point.
Okay.
Sapphire, I almost forgot to show you.
Hmm?
We got stuff from Pulsar.
Oh, nice.
She was here. Apparently, we just missed her. She had to dart off before. But look at this hoodie. Look at this hoodie she got me. She's wearing the hoodie, by the way.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It looks just like her super suit.
I know.
I was literally crying when I read the letter she left for me. I'm gonna start again. I need to stop.
I have a lead-lined box with a piece of irradiated metal.
Oh, cool. Wait, irradiated metal, you say? What kind is it?
No, we are not playing with radiation anywhere near Sunset City.
No, come on, you guys. I mean, I'm not gonna play with it. I'm just gonna look at it. I'm just gonna, try to find out.
No.
Sweetheart, you will try to make it into a battery. I know you, okay? Please don't.
Well, irradiated metal is good for like two things: batteries and bombs. And it's best to use as a battery. Otherwise, somebody might make a bomb out of it.
I am going to find a safe and secure place away from the House of Mystery, because the last time I put anything irradiated in there, weird stuff happened. So
fine.
I'm going to go probably to No Names and trade this for something.
Oh, you going to No Names?
Or
And I give
to somebody who probably might make a bomb out of it.
No. They will probably use this as a, given the time, some sort of Yuletide ornament.
Yeah, the clientele at No Names are not a bunch of people who would just take things that are random, like given to them and make bombs out of them. I, for one, am insulted that you would say that about such an establishment, Sapphire.
Except for Bomb Kitty. Don't give
Oh, no,
her
Bomb
anything.
Kitty. No, fuck Bomb Kitty. No, that bitch is weird. But everything else, though, is totally true about what I just said.
Well, it's not that I don't trust your friends, Marvin and No Name. I'm just saying that you know how these things go. You sell it to one guy, and then they sell it to somebody else, and they sell it to somebody else, and the next thing you know, they sell it to some other guy some crazy dude. And
I will find a buyer for this that probably doesn't operate on this plane of existence. Because I'm not putting this in the house.
There a Hell Warden rule for making things somebody else's problem?
That is the rarely used rule 127. If you can, make it someone else's problem.
But if you sell it to somebody from another plane of existence, that means that they'll start passing them around to people from other places of existence and stuff.
Can we just trust Arthur on this one, please?
All right, fine. But if Lydia Pacius ends up with that radioactive, she actually wouldn't be. Actually, she wouldn't. She would actually use it for something pretty cool. Come to think of it, it's Jessica we have to worry about. That's beside the point. Either way,
let's go home.
Yeah. Fly us home, please.
And Sapphire's ship takes off into the sky and zooms back from Xanadu towards Sunset City.
Home sweet home.
You head back towards Sunset City. You notice the skyline is a little different. There's a lot of construction going on.
What?
That wasn't there before.
How long have we been away?
2 days.
Did all
I'm
that.
check Twitter
Hold on a minute.
and see what's trending.
I'm on it. So what Sapphire like pulls up like a holographic screen like in the ship, and it just like logs into a bunch of different news stations, and one of which is Twitter, of course. But yeah.
Twitter calling.
What do we see?
Stretching it. The leading hashtag in Sunset City currently, is Omnidig protests.
Omnidig protests.
Wait, that was the group that we were researching in Xanadu that turned out to be a front?
Yeah.
Hey, they're the guys that have that thing that we're looking for.
Omnidig Mutual?
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
What was it that they have again? We were looking for them for some reason.
They were shut down. We went to their home offices all the way back in Xanadu.
And
Right.
that's when you see there is like Sapphire on your computer. There's like a little message envelope.
I pull it up and see what it says. Open up the message.
Don't forget what you came for. Hugs and kisses, mind.
Oh, right.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah,
there's
we
an
came to
attachment.
Xanadu to get info, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's in the attachment?
It's displayed for everybody else to see up there.
It's a zipped file containing several other different files, basically records for Omnidig Mutual.
Okay. Are they encrypted?
Nah.
All right.
Mind already decrypted those long ago, cripes.
Thanks a lot, Mind. Let's see what some of these things say. I open one of the files.
The first one that you open is a list of expenses for the last year or so. Or, well, it would have been about the last 5 years before the company got bought out in the Xanadu fire sale. Omnidig's been working a lot in north of France, Wales, Iceland, doing a lot of archaeological digs.
Were there any purchases that were exponentially larger than the others?
Yes. They purchased a very large boring machine for one of the digs in Wales.
Okay, so they're trying to dig for something. Could they be looking for some kind of artifact?
Wait a second. List the consulting firms.
Got it. He pulls up another file that talks about the consulting firms.
I want to do a bin reading the files
Yeah, absolutely.
because this feels like some detective grade work that Hellborn would do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay.
With a
So
full hit, go for it.
on a hit, I tell the team an important detail I learned in my studies, and then I get to ask you a follow-up question, which you must answer.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. One of these. Why is there an Avalon Consulting?
Avalon Consulting.
What's Avalon Consulting?
Wait.
Yeah. No, Avalon Consulting. That's a shell name that's often used. It's been used for ages.
Oh no. Is
Ithos.
this what I think it is?
Does the knight have anything to do with this?
Could very well be. Like this is a name that's been used by numerous. I don't want to necessarily say villains because it's not always that case, but that are tied to not necessarily the mystic arts, but are tied to potent artifacts. They look for stuff. These are the same people who have given Julian a headache for over a decade. But it's never the same person. It's just the same holding company.
And to hear him tell it, his
So
old
they're
teacher
more of
had
a-
trouble with it, too. They were a front
So
for
the-
somebody, though. He always suspected that.
Avalon. Now, I do remember when I was doing some research into this whole Excalibur business for Elodie. I know that the name also appears in those legends as well. As something-
Yes,
That's what made me jump to the knight.
it's tied to Arthurian legend, but also the wrinkle is it's also tied to the Grail.
Grail. Could that be what they're looking for?
Could be anything. Again, these guys have been operating since the 20s.
I've been fighting the knight for months now, but I don't think maybe I've been asking the right questions. I have no idea what he's after.
We
What he
had an
wants.
idea. He's bored, and he wants his old rival back. You stand in his way, Elodie. You stand in his way of getting the one thing he wants: relevancy and a win.
The other thing that's trending, and the news is covering it, are new gangs spreading across Sunset.
Oh, I definitely look up news reports about that.
Mhm.
I put I don't want to say how many people in traction. This shouldn't be happening.
It
Well,
appears-
I'll go ahead.
Marvin, as you look at the reports, they're different gangs, lots of different names, but they appear to be acting under some form of coordination. Like some of the more frantic newscasters are saying it's a mob, a new mob's moved in.
It looks like something like some organized gangs are rising back up ever since we left for a couple of days. I doubt us leaving will cause this, but still, a whole
Yeah.
lot of new crime groups are just popping up, and it looks like, according to these articles, it says that they're organized. It's not like these are just random groups of thugs and grunts just doing random snatch and grabs. These are actually planned out operations.
Sapphire,
Right, so we've got. Oh, go ahead.
could you open another one of those files?
Right, there are tons of these things. Let's see what we've got here. And he opens up another file, just at random.
Go ahead and give me an assess the situation, Sapphire.
That's the situation. That is a superior, right? So 14.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. You get 2 questions off the list. What here can I use to blank? What here is the biggest threat? What here is the greatest danger? Who here is most vulnerable to me? Or how could we best end this quickly?
What here is the biggest threat?
So as you piece and sort through this, the biggest threat is whatever OmniDig's Mutual has planned is something big. It's gotta be. Because as you cross-reference the reports and the data that they've got here in these files and the news reports, they're building a lot of stuff in Sunset City.
Right. So,
And it doesn't make sense why.
So as he's going, he's starting to just speed up like growing extra arms and starting to just pour through the data and just go cycle through all the stuff to try and answer the next question. What here can I use to stop them?
So how best could we end this quickly?
Right. How best can we end this quickly? That would be a better way of putting it.
With the knowledge that you have here, you know enough that you could probably start snooping around their projects and get a better idea of a more direct idea of what they're up to. Right now, you've got a lot of the logistics of it. Like, they've been working on this for, it appears, the better part of a decade.
All right. So he's like, all right, guys, this is serious. This Omnidigs corporation, they're whatever it is that they're up to, it's not good. I've been reading through all this stuff, and we need to figure out what they're doing. The best and quickest way to deal with this is we have to investigate them at the source. I'm not sure.
I can't punch it.
Well,
nope. Sorry. Stop. Lost interest.
Okay, hold up. Are the gangs in any way connected to this Omnidig stuff? Does those fit together, or is that totally separate? Because we could take some branching paths here.
If I wanted to work on something and I didn't want anyone to look at what I was doing, if I was, a criminal mastermind, I would cause a bunch of destabilization in the city, keep the heroes busy, keep the media busy, keep them busy enough that they don't really care what I'm up to.
You think the gangs are a red herring?
That's a good possibility.
I think the gangs are a runaround. Not necessarily a red herring. Eventually, if you dig deep enough and you punch enough people, you'll find a tie, but that's a distraction. It's going to take too much time before they get what they want and they're gone.
Okay.
Bold of you to assume that I can't punch that many people in one night.
Yeah, I mean...
You all have a date. You should keep it.
Well, we can punch people on my date, guys. Can we go shake down thanks thugs on our date, right? That counts as a date, right, guys? He's looking between Elodie and Esau.
I mean, I'll gladly watch. It's always entertaining. But Isla will also go, and she wants to scroll through some of the files. Does it say what they're building, or is it just like construction, like residential? Does it say if it's like specifically an office building or a church or whatever?
It's listed as commercial. The materials are absolutely buck wild.
Did I just see adamantine? Are they putting adamantine bars in these buildings? Why in the world would they need to do that?
They wouldn't. This could be a fun date night. I'm just saying.
Well, I'll leave it to the three of you to decide which party to crash.
Arthur.
What? I tried Huber.
That was a groaner, though. Come on, that was so corny.
Oh, because her name's Party Crasher.
Getting faster.
You're so cute.
Well, I think maybe we could just shake down some of the... we can work on shaking down these gangs and get information from them while, you two use those big brains of yours to figure out what exactly they're looking for.
Sapphire, you faster than any of us when it comes to all the infotech. If
True.
anyone could possibly get them on the electrical, you can do it. I'm mediocre at crushing heads, but I can... if they're doing this much building and they're using weird materials, I know a few people I might be able to talk to get a clue. But that's about it until I get a bigger picture. And
yeah, but you're right. A multi-pronged approach is probably the best option here. Everyone, just play to our strengths. So, I volunteer to go and try and do some data retrieval. Maybe sneak into some of their bases and some of their mainframe on the corporate level. See if they've got any more information and files that I can hack into. Marvin, I don't know. You probably, maybe you can actually end up punching some people after all. Beat up some of those gangsters for some.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find those gangs and shake them down and get as much information as I can.
Tell you what, we're gonna go home. We're gonna get changed. We're gonna look our best, and we're gonna just, it'll be like on the way to the date, kind of thing. Yeah.
That works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I'll try and put some wards on the car before you take the hearse.
Right. And Mythos, I trust you to do whatever it is you do, because you got connections that I have.
Do that voodoo.
Yes, you do that voodoo that you do.
I'm never letting you live that down. You know this, right?
I don't know it anymore, but I know it.
It's because I love you.
Love you too.
I said it back.
And so, plan set. The Mythfits touch down back in Sunset City.
Isla gets changed into some of Elodie's clothes. She goes into Elodie's room, raids her closet. He puts on like black leather, everything. Including like one of those really awesome 90s chokers that's just pure plastic. And stabs the crap out of your neck.
Oh my god.
And she just she throws her hair up into like the highest of ponytails, so it almost like just like falls into her face when she's walking, and just bright red lipstick, and she's like, this feels right.
Oh my god. Goth Isla.
I walk out of the room and I just like, yeah.
Sapphire is like,
oh my god.
his jaw's on the floor at this point.
Oh.
Like, no, literally, he has shapeshifted he has used his shapeshifted to, like, his jaw is like a cartoon. His jaw.
Doing the full Tex Avery, all right.
Yeah.
Melody follows suit, turns into a wolf. Oh!
Wow. Issa, this is a good look for you.
It just feels right for some reason. Sorry, Elodie, I figured you wouldn't care.
Do not apologize. This is the hottest you have ever looked.
You're welcome.
I second that motion.
Oh Lord, I'm getting the vapors.
So wait, do I have two goth girlfriends now? Do I have a
You live in
goth
the dream,
girlfriend
my
and a
friend.
punk girlfriend.
You live in the dream.
Whatever it is, I'm fine with it.
Okay. I'm ready whenever you guys are. And then I'm gonna walk over to Arthur. Okay, so do your job and do it well. And be
Lucky
careful.
Rabbit's foot is already hanging off the dashboard. The lucky dice are in the rear view. And try not to pop the tires. They will scream because this thing is pressurized by souls, not air.
I immediately cover his mouth with my hand. I'm just like, shut up. Be careful. Don't worry about me. As long as I'm not around you and I have to make a big decision, you know we're gonna be okay.
I always worry about you. And then he turns and leaves.
All right. So
I would like to pierce the mask
Please.
on that little exchange.
Oh, please.
Oh boy. 0 mundane in a dream. Miss.
Excellent.
Potential.
Yeah, mark potential.
Mark that potential.
Yeah, Elodie, you're trying to scrutinize and kind of figure out what was going on there. And like your hearing just like gives out for a moment, just like hearing static, just and then it comes back.
I'm gonna look at Arthur. I don't know what that was, but I don't like it. And then I'm gonna walk away.
I am already in the front seat of the car, like adjusting the seat properly. Like raising it up, moving it forward, raising it up, moving forward. And like you do see, as soon as he gets in, you see that's the top of Marvin's hair slowly rises up as he presses the raise button. And slowly the rest of his head appears up over the dashboard. And he keeps on going because he's so short and goes all the way up. And it stops right about here. He sighs. Mythos.
Yeah.
Got a phone book or something?
Yeah, I've got a couple. Open, like nearby the garage, just goes in there, opens. There is nothing but stacks of yellow pages.
Just need one, buddy. Just need
1974 was a good year.
Thank you.
And just
he sits on it, so he's now perfectly where he needs to be.
It
Revs the
like
engine
it
a
was,
couple
like,
times.
at the bottom of a lake before it got, but it's perfectly dry.
well, the good thing you had that phone book. I mean, you could use this block of plutonium that I brought with me, but I mean, never mind. Puts it back in.
Revs the engine a few
Sapphire.
times.
I love you. Have a good night.
Oh, you too. You too.
I shove Elodie towards the front seat. I'm like, here, you get shotgun. And I crawl in through the very back. And I open the back window because I'm sure it's got one of the rolly ones. It doesn't. Or if it doesn't, I put one in at some point. There's no button. It rolls.
it rolls, but it does the rolly thing where it doesn't roll entirely down.
Oh,
It's more at the angle,
yes.
so it cantilevers out. But the inside of the hearse has been redone. This was Julian's old car that Mythos inherited. So it has, along the side panels, there's a series of gun racks. The other side has a series of sword racks. Everything is very cushy on the floorboards. There's additional bucket seating.
Does it have like the backward seats of the old like Woody wagons?
Yeah, and it also has a mini fridge.
Ah, see, that's why I got the back seat. Sorry. I just shut the door. I'm like, all right, date night.
Date night! And I rev the engine and I peel out.
Like, you guys have fun.
And then as
now-
it peels out, it bumps into the side of the doorway, reverses. Oh, crap.
The dent pops itself back out as you back out.
And now,
Sorry.
now,
And it goes through.
and now, and it's just me. it's time for Secret Agent Sapphire. He just sort of morphs, and like if this is like if this was a TV show, what would happen would be like it would as he morphs, it like would show like that like spiral circle thing from 007 on the inside of a gun, like would come and it would like sort of zoom in like towards his feet, and like a pair of slacks and fancy shoes just sort of appear on his feet, and it sort of slowly goes up like da dun da dun da dun da dun da dun da dun, and then when it finally reaches up to his head, he's got an Austin Powers hair thing and some like buck teeth. It's like groovy baby.
I'm still here.
Oh yeah, right. You can be my. I haven't actually seen that movie.
I'm going to No Names. No, no. You have
Mini-Me. That's right. You can be my Mini-Me. Wait, that's the villain's high-engine.
You have whatever fun you're going to have if you leave me out of it.
Oh, my land.
Oh, Beehive. Anyway. So what I'm going to do is, once again, I'm going to try and assess the situation as far as this, the holding company is concerned. Now, let's see. Assess the situation. Full hit. That's a
Okay,
10,
give me 2 questions.
so 2 questions. My first question would be, what can I use to like basically I just wanted to find out like what would be the best way to get some information from them. That's whatever version of these questions would work for that.
Okay,
Like,
so the best way to end that, to get the, basically, you want to end this quickly by getting the information you seek. So
yeah,
to
by
do
getting...
that, you probably head to where ostensibly they've got their main building site.
Okay. And I'm going to save the second question for when I actually get there.
Yeah.
Which would be who is the most vulnerable.
Cool.
To, like,
we will cover that in a couple minutes.
Right. You just like pass over that for now.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
no names.
Yeah, Mythos walks into No Names. He's slightly changed, better shoes, less irradiated clothing, and just heads on in and just once the door closes, just takes a broad view to see who's there.
Less beings than usual.
So he heads to the room with the poker game, because there's always one. He's not supposed to be there, but he's going to be there. Just opens the door, comes in, takes one of the folding chairs, unfolds it, sits down, and just plops the lead box.
Half the people look up. At least one of them, a very old man who's like stereotypical wizard. Arthur, you ain't supposed to come back here, I thought.
No, but I've had a hell of a couple of days. Besides, I know at least 3 of you can power a spell off of this thing.
All right. Fresh player coming in. He's got the juice. You know how it is, Dragon Poker. Joker's high. Kings are wild.
And just sits down and plays with a couple of these old timers and a few figures that, regardless of how you angle your view, are always in shadow.
Poker Wizard so has his own comic on this line.
Are you kidding? This guy is golden age.
Yeah, it's one of those games where everybody's trying to be the one sitting in shadow, and like there are like 3 different glamours around the room to make sure there's shadows everywhere, excepting right over the table. So, what brings you back to the table?
Avalon's back. I need to know why.
Ooh, Avalon. I haven't heard that name since the 60s.
Yeah, well, they're tied with this Omni business, and I need to know what they're actually after.
Omnidig. Yeah, they came back real fast with a vengeance. Raise.
Call.
Well, you didn't hear it from me, but Avalon's got connections in the right places.
Well, you didn't hear it from me, but the Event Horizon moment may have already gone past.
Oh, that's not what I'm hearing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let him talk. No. We're still on the cusp. That's why everybody's been clearing out. Because they can smell it in the air. I'm only here because, well, somebody's got to sift through the ashes.
Also, there's going to be a big player once the ashes are sifted. In about, I say, 16 years from now.
Really?
Yes.
And who do you
I know because I've created them.
Oh dear. Show them.
Aces and eights.
Arthur's hand glows. So much for pocket kings.
All right. Well, I hope you guys like dealing with Faye, because they're going to be dealing with all of us in a couple of years.
Oh, Arthur. We've been here. We'll still be here, and we're coming.
Yeah, I have a feeling the one thing that I've let loose is not going to be somebody who's a team player or going to abide by the old rules. Unfortunately, I know the parents and the nanny.
See about that. We have time. We always have time. And, well, it's always good to be prepared.
Yeah, the constants are active again.
Several people drop cards. Who?
Me and my team got to have a viewing when we were asleep.
How many?
I only saw one, but that's because I left early on purpose. I also was sent to the labyrinth.
You hear the scraping of a chair as somebody gets up and leaves.
So if any of you who are still here know what Evelyn's after, I need to know.
Give me a provocation.
We'll do that. We will do that.
On a 9.
Okay.
On a 9. So we choose one. He's like, well, it's simple. It's right there in the name.
Those pathways were closed on purpose.
And yet, they want them open. She wants them open.
She wants them open.
You don't think this is happening without her say-so?
Okay. You get one more freebie. I don't know what happens next anymore. I went up the stairs. I made it out. You're all going to do something? You better do it now.
Several more people toss cards into the middle of the table. You hear the scraping of more chairs. You always know how to upset the table.
Well, I learned from the best. It's just you and me, old man.
Heads up.
Sure. And we see a panel of just them now, opposite sides of the table. One light. Everyone's left their stuff. And it just pulls back.
And let's go to the hearse.
Marvin is driving, and because he was driving, he decided to turn on the radio. It's playing. Let's see, what is he playing? He's singing along with the radio. He's going. Let's see, what would Marvin be singing? It's like to stand out above the crowd, even if I got a shout out.
Mine is the only
face you see. Gonna stand
Do you notice
out.
me?
Do you notice me? Like he's like into the song too.
Isla's just stretched out in the back, just smiling, listening to both of them sing.
Is he good? No, but he's singing.
You're not supposed to be a good singer in a car. It's just how it is. And I lean over the seat. I'm not wearing a seatbelt. I just lean over the back of the seat and I kind of like put my head on Elodie's shoulder. I'm like, you know, between 1600 and 1945, Poland fought for freedom 46 separate times. Yeah.
Okay. That came kind of out of nowhere.
Sorry, I was just thinking about how people always want to mess your shit up, you know?
Yep.
And like sometimes you have control over it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're like really powerful and you don't want to be really powerful. Sometimes you have to kill people. Anyway.
Isla? That's you don't say that just out of nowhere.
But I mean, like, you know what I guess what I mean is like, I mean, you've had to do some bad stuff, right? Like, that's partially
I've done
like
bad stuff on accident. I've done bad stuff at the behest of others. I've done bad stuff on purpose.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, sometimes it has to happen, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And you're still a great person. Like, we love you. I love you. We're not gonna not love you.
I glance over at Elodie, and I look over at Isla. Okay. This seems way too oddly specific of a thing you want to bring up randomly. So why don't we talk about this? What's on your mind?
I didn't mean for it to be that oddly specific. I guess I just... Sometimes, more lately than usual, I feel like I'm getting pushed to make decisions that are less and less likable. That's not the right word. But I feel like I'm getting pushed in a direction sometimes where I'm just gonna have to do something and no one's gonna like it. And you know me, I'm a people pleaser. Like, I don't want to make anyone unhappy. Especially Busha. Like,
the thing about making people happy, hun, is that if you try to please everyone, you wind up pleasing no one, least of all yourself.
I mean, I've been making people happy. I mean, I've been making Busha proud. Marvin, I've been making you happy, right?
Yeah, you have. Just,
I've been making you happy, right?
Isla?
Sorry. That came out a lot more harsh than I anticipated.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't mean it.
Look, and he stops the car and he turns the seat around so he's facing Isla. Look, what's wrong? Because you're obviously very stressed out right now. And it looks like something is bugging you, more so than normally.
I mean, shouldn't we all be stressed out? I mean, we're a bunch of freaking teenagers trying to do a lot of things no one really should be doing. I mean,
well, yeah.
No. Hear me out for a second. I can take people's feelings and either heal you or burn them alive. If I hate something enough, can you imagine the damage I can cause? You've turned into freaking dragon man. Elodie can do whatever she wants, because, I mean, she's a badass, hot person. Sorry, I got distracted. Anyway.
I have nightmares sometimes that I'm gonna lose control and wipe everybody's memory in Sunset City. And everybody will be wandering around with no clue about anything.
So that's what I mean. Like, you understand what I'm saying then? Like,
yes, I do.
I feel. I don't think I got it before. I finally feel the weight of it. And the really weird thing is I'm okay with it, which is probably not good. Anyway.
I'm gonna take Isla's hand Give it a squeeze. You're not carrying it alone. You get that, right?
I know that. And that's part of the problem.
Well, whatever problem you have right now, just know this. The only way it will be less of a problem is if you're honest about what is bugging you. Just tell us. That's what we're here for.
I feel like you're doing a lot of framing the problem and not enough actually saying what the problem is.
Probably because there is no problem yet. There's just always the potential for it.
Okay.
So, what is this hypothetical problem?
And I look out the window of the hearse. Can we just go punch some things? That might help.
Okay. No, you know what? Okay. We've hit a limit. We're going to stop talking about this. We're going to put a pin in this because I'm not letting it go. But we'll talk about it when you're ready to talk about it. Okay?
Yeah.
I grab both of their hands, I squeeze them really fast, I kiss them both really quick on the cheek, and then I just jump out the car.
All right, I guess it's go. Come on, I guess it's go time.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for, Isla?
I just start jogging down the street towards if I can see any construction, or if I see any, like, I don't want to say gang activity. If I see anything that looks out of normal from what it was like before we left for Xanadu.
Yeah. So as you're starting to run along, you absolutely see a storefront just get busted in.
Oh, I beeline towards it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I already hopped out the car and I'm already chasing after Isla.
You just leave the hearse in neutral, and is it rolling down the street?
Ah, crap! I make sure I put the I make sure I turn off the engine, park the hearse, and then and you actually see this long, complicated moment of Marvin trying to parallel park because he drives a motorcycle all the time, so parallel parking isn't his thing. So he just like is there for a couple of minutes trying to parallel park. When he finally gets it, he hops out and chases after them.
Yep. So I just rush up to the window. Yep.
Yeah. You basically rush over there, and there are several people inside, essentially starting to loot the place. They appear to be being directed by a very garishly dressed young lady, just a touch older than the rest of you.
I walk directly up to her. Just black leather hussar, just like striding towards her. I'm like, hey! You look like you're in charge.
And she swipes with her hand, and you go flying back as a force just hits you like a baseball bat.
Oh. I hit the wall, and I bounce down, and you kind of see me just on the ground, and I look up. Okay, I needed this. And I'm just gonna bull rush her.
And that's when we're gonna cut away to Sapphire. Whoop, and unmute. There you go.
Oh, sorry about
Great.
that. Yeah, I already Okay, so now Sapphire is going to, of course, head over to one of the Omnidig's like mainframe buildings, whichever one is probably like the closest one there. And once there, he's going to, let's see, he's going to take the form of, you know what? I'm just going to go with that tried and true blue jay that he just sort of just flies over and perches himself up on top of maybe like a, like some place on top of like maybe a part of the architecture, maybe the side of the building, and just starts looking around to see what just to see what's the type of people like going in are, so he can try and blend in a little bit later.
Yeah. I mean, at this point in time, we're later on in the day. It's pretty much almost night. So you've got like most of the construction people have already taken off because usually they'll work earlier in the day. What you see is like some office worker type folks starting to filter out.
Right. So is there anybody coming in? That's the question.
No, nobody's heading in.
Okay then. In that case, he is actually going to once again switch forms and possibly change into, you know what? He's gonna go back somewhere where nobody can see him, and outside of that comes a Sapphire in the form of, a human guy in like a normal like business type suit thing, and he's just comes in there like, hello there. I'm from the infotech firm at higher up. The boss sent me over here to check on just to make sure that your mainframes are currently up to date and up to code.
All right. Let's see. How will we do this? Give me an unleash your powers. Let's see how convincing you
Yeah, that's true.
See if Sapphire's luck holds for this.
14. Kapow.
Wow. For once, Sapphire actually sounds like an IT person.
Did it? Sapphire finally pulled it off.
Yeah, that's his one strong suit when it comes to like technology and data and stuff. That's what you're trying to blend in as some like media personality who's all good with people. He can't do that too well. Trying to blend in is whatever he tried to the other time. Not that great. But this is where he's good at.
And so the person's like, oh, I thought you were coming to. Okay, yeah, sure. Here. And they lead Sapphire further back into this half-constructed building and take you up a couple floors. And they're like, is there anything I can get you that you need right now, or?
So far, what's going to need to happen is I'm going to need access to your mainframe. So if you wouldn't mind, just letting me know at least whatever password I would need to actually get in. I am what's the name for? I have. I'm not going to, look into any secret files or anything like that. It's confidential. Of course, our services are all confidential. We all have an understanding, of course.
Very, very understandable. Unfortunately, that's not really like what I'm here to do. I'm just kind of the receptionist. Night security also.
Right, of course. Of
course. If I can get, I believe Mr. Liu is still here in the building. So,
right,
I'll give him a buzz and get him down here for you.
Right. As a matter of fact, this Mr. Liu can just let me into the system himself, and that'll be fine enough. You won't have to really tell me any of your passwords. And it's fine.
He'll be down in just a few minutes. Don't worry about it. And
very well. Thank you very much.
Head on out. And a couple minutes later, Mr. Liu comes in, impeccably dressed gentleman, fiery red hair, well-trimmed beard.
You must be Mr. Liu. Good evening. My name is Felix Fortescue. I am the man from information technology. The higher ups at Omnidigs, the higher up sent me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I hear. And see, you need the password into the mainframe.
Yes, but of course you can use your password and just let me in, and everything will be fine.
course, of course. And who sent you from the main office?
Well, Mr. Smith sent me, in fact. What am I going to, by the way, what would I roll for that bluff right there?
Why don't you go ahead and give me a mundane here? That's what it feels like. This is you're trying to
Yeah.
mundane, trying to just be so bland and forgettable.
There is no Mr. Smith.
Oh no, a Mr. Smith, you say?
Yes, Mr. Smith.
Oh, that's a shame. Mr. Smith, there is no Mr. Smith in the building. I'm afraid. If you wait here, though, I can call in my in-house expert, and he might be able to help you.
Yes, that would be fine. Yes.
Yep. And he goes, "Why, whore, come for baller!" And that's when the floor shakes.
What's going on?
Oh, don't you worry.
That doesn't sound like an in-house intern to me.
Well, intern is a bit of a misnomer here. And the ground rumbles beneath you, Sapphire, and gives way as you feel a large, meaty hand grab you and start to drag you down.
Ah! This wasn't in the job description.
Mythos.
We see that the game is done. The old man is just shoving things into the old wizard hat. Mythos just gets up. It's always a pleasure, Dr. D. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, of course. Pleasure anytime, even though Julian says you can't come in, you're welcome to come to the table.
I think he says I can't come in, so I will.
He always did have a nose for a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to see her. Any tips?
More so than the usual?
This time, yeah.
Don't ruffle her feathers too much. And might want to bring her something really nice this time. She might be more testy than usual.
Great. Thanks.
If I could do more for you, kiddo, I would.
Well, if you ever decide to hop on back here and you need to clean somebody's clock on the table, just let me know.
Make sure this is a place worth coming back to. That much I know you can do.
I hope you're right. And he walks to the main door, walks back into the House of Mystery, goes back to that curio cabinet, the one with the things that shouldn't be brought up, pulls out one blue rose. I hope she doesn't use you. Goes to the exact same door that we saw in a couple of issues earlier. The door that Elodie was standing at the shore after she was walking through. He walks to the edge where Elodie was standing. The mists between that shore and the next one clear. I brought a gift this time.
The water parts, and the stony path is clear.
We just see this overhead of him walking. And just the text. Hellwarden Rule 100. Be okay with not coming back.
We cut back to our group with the hearse.
Marvin arrives at the scene and sees Issa got slamming into the wall and standing back up, and looks over at the people that are inside the shop. And so I'm like, oh, all right, I guess that's what we're doing. And he runs into the shop and looks at each one of the guys and goes, all right, which one of you guys are robbers and which one of you guys are helpless, innocent bystanders? I'm going to assume you guys. And he runs up to the first guy that he sees that looks like they're a mean customer and just goes to drop kick them right in the head.
Oh yeah, just goes flying right through the wall.
Okay, now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The easy way is I just cave all your skulls in with my hands. The hard way is you put up a fight. And I am using my move, you got a head on your shoulders.
Okay.
To intimidate these guys so they want to fight me.
And they all just bum rush you, Marvin.
Oh yeah, I just like I do something like oh man, who was he? I pretty much like do like the whole thing where I'm like taking my hands and I go, okay, let's do this, and I just run at the first guy and I'm just like fighting this group of guys all around me, just like punching one guy, turning around, kicking another guy, ducking under the punch from another, uppercuts one guy punches me in the back of the head, thinking I'm about to go down, and I just do this. You sure what you just did there? All right, and I headbutt the guy right back.
And so it goes, like, Marvin is just handily mopping these guys up. They obviously aren't, like, enhanced in any way.
Elodie, meanwhile, rushes up to Isla and helps her get up. She's got the shield, but she doesn't have the sword. She left the sword at home. She doesn't want to kill anybody. May I have this dance?
Oh, please. And I take a couple steps forward and I'll be like, oh, after you.
And we both go after the gaudy lady.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going in for like a bear hug to like hold her still for Elodie.
Okay. What do we want to throw that under? Okay, you're directly engaged in the threat. Sure, go for it. Go for it.
Okay.
And yeah, that's a full-blown hit. So you get 2 off the list. You can either resist or avoid blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Well, I'm going to create an opportunity for Elodie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to surprise her because she's not going to expect how fast and strong I am. And I'm going to hold her arms down.
Mm-hmm.
And just real quick, I'm going to be like, hey, you see, this is my family. And they're about to kick your ass.
And as you do that, she just looks at you. You aren't going to win this, Let me show you why. And she claps her hands right on your ears. And it's like you just got thunderstruck. And you need to take a powerful blow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Whew.
Okay.
You just tank the hit. Mark potential, and how do you stand this?
Well, I dropped to my knees,
Mm-hmm.
but in the moment that she does that for me to drop to my knees, I'm down on the ground. I'm just like, Elodie, babe, and I'm just letting her get her head in because she's right behind me.
I basically step on and vault off her back. And go flying in.
Yeah, that sounds like a direct engagement to me. I don't know.
Hell yeah. Boom!
Full hit. 2 off the list. What you do?
Alrighty. I am going to resist or avoid her blows.
Yep, seems good.
And she holding anything?
She is not currently.
I think I am going to surprise her.
Okay. And is there anything in particular you do to surprise her in this case? Or?
I come in and I go like I'm gonna bash with the shield, and then I just pull it out of the way. Whoop!
And just wham!
It's almost Three Stooges.
You land the uppercut just beautifully. She doesn't even have a chance to respond, really, and she kind of lifts off the ground by like half a foot or so, and then lands in a heap. She's still she's starting to stand back up a little bit after that, but she definitely looks rattled.
Isla takes that moment to walk right over her, and she's like, is there a purpose to this? What are you doing here? As I'm still holding my ears.
I'm trying to think of what her response is to that. Huh. The Mythfits don't know?
I mean, of course we know. Elodie, what do we know?
We know that we know that you're bad. Yeah.
See? Told ya. As we see a panel of Marvin just rolling around with a bunch of guys in the background.
Like, Marvin is beating a guy with another guy right now.
Yeah.
Like one guy punches me again in the back of the head. I look back at him like, why are you doing this? Just
You're doing it to yourself, man.
Just stop
One
it.
of the guys is like, he's gonna tire
look at
out
the guy,
eventually.
Stop it. Get some help.
I reach over, I take the guy, I'm like, look, just give me the pipe. Just give me the pipe. I just take the pipe out of the guy's hands gently. Just give it to me. Just give it to me. No, just go. Just go. Go.
I put my
Get out of here.
I put my leather boot on the girl's chest now, and I'm like, do you really want me to ask again?
How dare you put your foot on a knight of the round table of crime? And with a mighty blow, you're blown upwards, and there's a sheen of ice forming on your midsection.
Oh, as that happens, her eyes go black, and she just gets pissed. And she unleashes as much of her energy on this girl as she can. I'm assuming that's an unleash for powers. But
Yeah, pretty sure you're unleashing powers here. Yeah.
I don't know if that works.
Yeah, that's a 7 through. So, you can mark a condition, or I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
I'm going to. I'm gonna mark the guilty.
Guilty.
Because I feel no, that's a lie. I'm gonna mark afraid.
Okay.
I'm afraid because as soon as those words left her mouth, I was like, oh no.
So, what I will say then is that your unleash, you're able to use the energy to dissipate the ice that is forming on you, so you won't be frozen to the ceiling, essentially. So kind of leaves you back where you came from.
Okay, so I'm back on the ground again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's gotten to her feet and is like slowly backing away, arms held out.
Knights of the Round Table of Crime? You're kidding. Oh.
It's true.
So it is the night.
One night of many. There are many orders, and we own Sunset City now.
As soon as she says that, you see from off panel one of her henchmen fly at her as Marvin just chucked the guy right at her at high speed.
Give me an unleash for that, Marvin. I want to see if we actually get there.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just full on, just bowls her over, tangles up. Get off of me, you idiot!
Well, if you're Knights of the Round Table, of crime, first of all, that's the most cheesiest name I've ever heard. It's like, hey, we are the circus troupe of crime. It's up there with that. Second of all, I am not beneath in popping you one right in the face right now for trying to shoot an ice blast at her. So why don't you just get up right now and just, I don't know, turn yourself in and just give us information about this round table of crime.
There's a speech bubble in the corner that says, "You ruined date night."
And I think we're going to cut away, because it's the perfect time to do so. Back to Sapphire.
Right. So, when you said that a hand came out and dragged me down, where was the hand coming from? Was it coming from like the floor or?
Came out of the floor.
Yeah. So whatever this was dragged me like underground somewhere, right? Right. That's what I figured. That's is that? Am I gonna have to take a powerful blow from that?
No. I will not make you
yet.
take a powerful blow from it, because the punishment is you having to deal with this at this point.
Right, exactly. Okay, so what exactly am I looking at here? What exactly is this thing?
In the light that you project, Sapphire, you see that it is like a very large human, but they are dressed in like animal skins. They are squinting with one eye; it's almost practically shut. The other one is a large eye, almost taking up half their face.
Right. Oh, well, aren't you the ugliest intern I've ever seen? Just so you know, you messed with the wrong guy. So I would strongly advise you to just walk off and pretend this whole thing never happened, and we can both go on our way. How's that sound?
Mr. Lu says I get to crunch your bones.
All right, well, my bones aren't made out of what you probably think they are, so you're gonna have a hard time doing that. Anyway, I tried to warn you. If it's a fight you want, this is a fight you're gonna get. And I just sort of, this guy just sort of comes off, and I directly engage this guy.
Yeah, go for it.
9. It's a hit.
Okay, so you get
Okay,
one off
that
the
means-
list.
And that means I get, let me just roll back up to here so I can see my options. Directly engage is resist. I'm gonna, let's see, 7 and 9 is pick 1. So, yeah, I am going to actually, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition, because he probably didn't expect that. And I just sort of like fly towards him and just start shooting energy blasts at him.
So yeah, you start shooting at him, and he lurches back. Ugh! You sting, little man.
No, I'm just sort of flying around like, you can't catch me.
I can sting too. And he fixes you with his eye, and it starts to glow white. And then it shoots this huge blast of energy that pretty much engulfs you.
Oh, crap.
And you're going to take a powerful blow.
There we go. There it is. Oh, no.
Oh, that luck. That's a 9, so
Okay,
you choose
so-
one.
Yeah, that's marked. Is that 1 condition or 2 conditions?
It's 2 conditions if you're struggling past the pain.
Let me see what I've got here. So I'm still take powerful blow. Now is lash out, verbally provoke teammate. Since I'm the only one here, would provoking somebody to foolhardy action count as myself as well? I do something as in doing
yeah,
something
I could
foolish?
see that happening. Yeah, if you
Since
wanted,
I'm the only one there.
I would let you do that, but it's got to be pretty darn foolhardy.
Huh. Let me think. Yeah. So. Yeah, and this is probably gonna be pretty foolhardy. So, what Sapphire's getting ready to do is, basically he just smacks against the wall, and he's like, "Ugh, you've got to be kidding me! I do not have time for this!" And what he does is he tries to fly straight back up through the hole that this guy pulled him through, and try flying through this complex himself to try and see if he can find one of the mainframes.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's probably an unleash your powers.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be an unleash my powers.
See if you can outfly the Eye of Balor.
That's a 9.
That is a 9. So you either mark a condition, or I will tell you how it's unstable or temporary.
Market condition because I am afraid.
Yep. So you are able to skid around, like the light is shooting through the floor and burning some of the servers around here.
No. And so once I find a mainframe that's already that's intact, I'm gonna try and grab the mainframe itself and just try and bring it with me.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
how big are these things, by the way? Are they
I mean,
like,
they're as big as you are, at least.
yeah, exactly. So that's why what he's going to do, like shape shift his hands into like larger hands and just and trying to uproot it up from the building.
Turn them into like forklift hands.
Yeah, exactly. Like he just shape shifts like into these giant things and try to uproot this.
this is the wildest version of that one scene from Into the Spider-Verse when Miles was running away with the server.
Yes,
It's true, and you should say it.
Yeah, and so now he's just flying around with this huge computer thing just sort of slung over his back. Would that be an Unleash My Powers too, come to think of it, to try and...
You know what? Yes, it absolutely is.
That definitely would be.
And we'll see that.
Full hit.
Okay, so you're able to
Full
do
hit.
it, and
So,
that's
yeah.
where we're going to leave temporarily on
Yeah.
Sapphire starting to try and fly out of here as Balor is now like crawling up through the hole up to his waist. Come back! And is shifting after him. Mythos.
In his best Welsh. Morgan Edlwythan Dig. Hello, Mistress of Magic. It's been a while.
And mist and ravens coalesce. Hello, young Mythos. It has been quite some time.
Just reaches in the cloak and then just holds out the blue flower.
You offer me the blue rose, knowing full well what it represents. She daintily plucks it out of your hands. There's a bloom sweet and much mist. What would you ask of me?
An old acquaintance of ours mentioned that you want the way cleared.
Yes, it was asked of me.
Asked of you by one of those here, or asked of you by someone on my side?
It was a mutual agreement.
They both wanted.
They do.
This is not their time.
And who are you to presume that it is not?
Because if it was their time, there would be no prophecy to stop them.
I consulted the auguries. There was no such thing. As long as the way is prepared, a return can occur.
You have assumed wrong. The doors are shut to you. My house and my masters.
Oh, you foolish little boy. I was there when the Pendragon fell, and I will be there to welcome him when he comes back again. And your house is but a mere shadow compared to the house of the rising sun.
It isn't time yet.
I have done my penance. I have proclaimed that which is to come. auguries are correct. Excalibur is in hand, and my son lives again. He will come.
I did not come here as a student. I came here as a courtesy. I have already saved this world once, and you all owe me. And if you continue this course of action, if you wish to open the House of the Rising Sun, I will see this world cleansed with fire and laugh as it happens.
Then try single child of man, and we will see whose magic is stronger.
It's not magic. You are so focused on one thing. You forgot the world forgot you. There are other magics in play. Ones that defy the laws.
There are laws and consequences.
If you had waited but 16 years, you could have had your way. But now, that arrogance, that impatience, is going to cause so many dead. And the thing of it is, as much as I regret it, this blood is not on my hands.
You are no longer welcome here, child of man.
When the door opens before its time, Avalon will be forever closed. Not even my doors will open the way. You and all here will be lost, consigned to memory, and then forgotten.
I will never be a memory. I will live forever. And you will be dust.
That is not what the constants say. You will be concluded. I am not the child of man. You are blind, old augur. I'm the child of chaos. I bid you adieu.
We cut back. To the department store. What are we up to, Mythfits?
Helody, I think this has something to do with the night. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Okay, look, lady. Listen. You're gonna be stopped, you know that, right? We're going to stop you. So all of this here tonight is pointless.
I might be stopped, but it's not going to be with the likes of you.
Well, all right. Well, hear me out then. All right. So how about you tell us at least what you're planning on doing before I just outright knock you out right for the rest of the night?
I'm doing what I was instructed to do. Get your attention.
Wait. Us specifically?
Of course.
And I go to grab her by the collar and pick her up and slam her against the wall. From who? And I'm going to intimidate them.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Swing and a miss.
Oh,
And
wow.
she's like,
Oh wow.
"Oh, you really had to ask that question? Girls, you really should choose a better date." And she puts her fingers to your temple and boop, take a powerful blow.
Ooh.
I mean, not the worst possible response.
Not the worst possible one, but something's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So 7 through 9, you can either lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground and your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
I am going to struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Okay.
Actually, no. He's not. You know, the thing is, because he wouldn't have a reason. This would actually catch him by surprise. So it would actually be the give the opponent ground. Actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he would be surprised. This wouldn't trigger any like bad emotions for him.
Sure. So it's like you just got hit in the forehead with a pile driver, and you just end up flat on your ass. And she just very calmly walks back.
Like you just see Marvin's eyes just roll. Like he gets hit in the head, and it doesn't look like much happened because all you saw is just her tap his forehead, and you just see his eyes just roll back into his head like he just got hit hard. And you've never seen Marvin look like he's got hit that hard before in his entire life. And he just falls backwards, landing on his back. Eyes still roll back into his head. He's like looks like he may have suffered a concussion.
Isla, blast me.
Isla holds up her hands, and instead of the white divine energy that you're used to seeing, it's a black smoke now. And it curls around Elodie, and she just picks her up and throws her.
It wasn't what I intended, but okay. I'll make it work.
Pocket squirrel!
Pocket squirrel. I'm barreling in, and I am using the shield this time.
Okay.
Oh. Where's my tab? There's my tab. Yikes.
Mark potential.
Alright.
So, what's going to happen is you're launching at her, and she just and throws her hands up, and you just collide against the wall of force. And then she just sweeps you aside. If you can't
Okay.
match up against me, what hope of race you gonna have against the rest of the round table?
Isla stands up and slowly starts to walk towards her. And she's gonna start to billow black smoke and flare out black skeletal wings. And I'm gonna try and provoke her into telling us what's actually happening, but I'm gonna use my mask, the special move. So instead of using my mundane, I'm gonna be sorry, that's not what I meant to do.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to provoke her. I had this in my head and then I switched around. I'm just gonna walk straight towards her, put my hand around her throat, and I'm just gonna like pick her up. And I'm gonna use my mask move where it's gonna change from, oh my god, I'm messing it up. Anyway, I'm attacking her. I'm just really
You're
angry.
just directly engaging a threat. Okay.
Yep. I'm just gonna go for it.
Okay.
As you can tell, I'm really angry.
That's fair. Okay, so you get your 2.
Okay, so I'm going to... There's nothing on her, you said. She's not holding anything.
No, she's not holding anything.
Okay, so I'm going to open up opportunity for Elodie when she gets back up, and then what are my other options? I'm sorry, I had it on my thing.
It's alright. Resist or avoid blows, take something from them, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I'm gonna impress her, just with the fact that she didn't expect it to go all dark. Because I'm a nice little girl.
This is new. Or more, this is new.
I squeeze a little tighter so it's harder for her to say it.
Hey.
You gonna start giving answers, or do I have to squeeze it out of you?
Hey, come on. Not like I've actually hurt you or anything.
No, but I can hurt you. I squeeze it completely.
Come on, what do you want?
Answers.
What answers? Come on.
Why did you need our attention? And who's telling you to get our attention? I have an idea. I want you to say it.
The Black Knight.
I just look at Elodie.
All right, fine. Now that it's out in the open, now that we know, now that all the cards are on the table, you take this back to him. I have the sword, and I will end him with it.
Okay, I think I can tell him that. If you can... She points at Isla.
I drop her completely to the ground. Sorry. No, I'm
Don't
really not.
apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I don't control her.
Oh, in here, I thought I was the drama queen.
Go on, get gone.
And she's like, don't gotta tell me twice. And she rubs her hands together until there's like a spark and a flash. And she's gone.
LED, you get a hold of Sapphire. I need to find Arthur. We obviously need to do some things faster than we thought. And I just go to the ring and I try to get a hold of Arthur. Arthur?
In that moment, we're going to have a bit of a flashback of first time that first time Isla called his name knowing who he was, and him just being there. And this time, as the words come, the word bubbles different for Isla's words. Different font. He shows up again, but the eyes, the face are not the same. They are afraid. Instead of comfort, it's just fear.
You okay?
I'm fine. Just long stare, like almost accusatory. You okay?
Yeah. I'm fine. Black Knight is causing trouble, and you know more about this than me, right?
The adults done goofed.
Don't they always?
Not like this.
Okay.
Pie in the sky, queen bitch of magic decided to consult the auguries without consulting the timeline, and thought it was all going to be hunky-dory for Avalon to be opened up again. This is breaking everything, and it's going to cause a lot of death.
Okay. What do we do first?
Get the team back together.
Where's Sapphire? Elodie?
And that's when we cut back.
I also, you notice also, Marvin still hasn't gotten back up. No one has checked on him.
Oh, Elodie was what
Yeah.
they were talking about.
Fine.
Actually, like either time, like I'll just say this, he does not wake up.
Oh,
Like-
fuck.
He does not wake up at all.
Oh, wow. Brutal. Sapphire. Oh. There you go.
Right. So, meanwhile, it's like somebody just goes, "Where's Sapphire?" And it just cuts over to this scene of this building. It like just shows like the outside of the building itself, right? A beam of energy just cuts across from the other side, zooms into Sapphire, just flying around through a bunch of like office hallways, carrying this huge mainframe on his back. This beam of light is following around, just tearing everything up. Now, are one of you gonna try to contact him right now? Like, are you like talking on the ring?
I believe
If
Elodie.
if this is at the same moment, Elodie's like,
Yeah.
Sapphire, where you at, bud? We good? Something?
Like, everything's perfect. Everything's fine. By the way, who is Balor?
Why is my uncle after you?
I kind of took something. The good news is I have the mainframe. The bad news is there's a guy with a great big eyeball shooting lasers at me, and he's a lot faster than I thought he was. Like,
Uncle Balor's not supposed to be on this side of reality. I'm sorry.
well,
Let's
can
go.
you tell him to stop?
Did you by chance hit him or insult him in any way?
Hey, he came after me first.
Okay, this is going to be a lot harder than I first thought.
Yeah, I met, and he gives him like the coordinates or the address of the building where he is. This guy's tough. You might need to help me out here. I don't know how much longer I can outrun him.
Okay, well, we're going to go as fast as we can. Finally looking over at Marvin. Is he still out cold? Oh,
Yeah, he is
What?
out cold.
fuck.
Elodie, help me. We'll get him to the hearse. We have the hearse still. He kind of parked it. Parallel parking, that thing's awful.
Elodie basically just fireman carries him.
There you go.
Okay, I guess I'm driving.
Yeah, you're driving.
Throws the phone book out of the car, readjusts the seat, pulls the seat belt, and you think he's going to turn the key, and he just gestures with his hands, and then the car moves.
That's cheating. That's cheating.
Do you want fast or do you want slow?
It's still cheating.
Yeah. Turning the corner perfectly.
You arrive as Sapphire has cleared the building, but Balor does as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
I fly out to the front door. I'm screaming and carrying this thing, And like right after, like as soon as I fly out the door, there's a boom, like a big old Kamehameha blast just follows me out. Like, oh, thank the gods you guys are here. We've got company.
We need Marvin. We need him now.
Arthur, this is probably a good time to mention I left Snicker Snack at home. I didn't want to kill anybody. I might need it.
That's cool. Hopefully we won't need that. Please tell me you have the shield.
I do.
Good. That's gonna keep you safe, Marvin. Big buddy, getting out of the front seat. We need you.
We cut over to this like wasteland landscape where Marvin is like laying on his back, looking up at like the sky. And on one side is Salamander laying next to him. But on the other side, there's this shadowy mass of white tentacles just kind of like on the other side of him. And like all three of them are looking up at the sky. And you see like the sky is completely black. There is no stars at all. And he's just staring up at the sky. He looks over at Salamander, says, I've never been this hit hard before. Normally, I can bounce back from stuff like that, but this is the hardest I've ever been hit. He looks over at Salamander and says, this is normally when you come out. And I know you, but what about that guy? And he points over to the mass of like white tentacly energy. All right, buddy. Doesn't look like you're coming out this time. What about you? And this is now he regards that massive energy.
The eyes blink, and it starts to like set up a bit.
He looks at Salamander, looks at the other entity. I'm not sure what's going out there, but I really think they need my help. And I feel like this may not be big enough for you, buddy. And he gets up, he pats Salamander on the head, but he walks over to the other entity.
And as you're walking towards it, it starts like tendrils crawling across the ground as it pulls itself towards you.
Look, I don't know what we're going to be facing right now, but I need to take this part of me, right? You know, it's like what Issa said. Now, he's like staring right at Salamander while he's saying all this, and like he's saying this like he's trying to like get confirmation from someone like this is a good idea. It's like this is what it's supposed to be done, right? It's like Issa said, like sometimes you're gonna do things you regret for the better good, right? That's what we do. And this is gonna help out everyone because I don't know. Right now, everyone's acting really weird. Issa's being different. Elodie, I don't know how much longer she has left right now. Sirius, I mean, he goes along with things, and then Arthur, he's just, I don't know, it feels like he's not telling us everything. I don't know what's going on right now. And it's kind of leaving me scared, but I think this is what needs to be done so we can just help out everyone. And as soon as he says that, that massive energy just slurps him up completely.
And the last thing you hear before everything goes dark, Marvin, watch and see. And back in the conscious space, Marvin's eyes snap open. And then they snap open. And then they snap open. And then they snap open. All over his skin.
Full on backing away in absolute terror.
And Marvin stands up, and all of those eyes are just blinking, looking around randomly. And one by one, they all close. And the only eyes that are left remaining are his eyes, but there's like 2 more sets of eyes on his head. So it looks like he has 6 eyes on his head. His skin has now become dark, black, like just straight black. It is dark like ebony. There's like almost like light swallows it up. And you don't see that he has any more lips anymore. It's just this set of bright white jaws are just there right on his face. And his fingernails are a little bit like elongated, like they look like claws, but it's the really striking thing about it is his skin. It doesn't look like flesh. It doesn't look like, it looks like it is hard to the touch. And he looks up at this gigantic monster that is chasing Sirius, and he just rears his head back and he lets out this roar. And it sounds booming like something you would hear out of a kaiju movie. And when he roars, you just see shockwaves radiate across the ground as car windows break. And he just jumps up and he just goes to slam his fist right in the square of the chest of Balor.
And as that roar is happening, Balor has stopped and turns to regard the threat that is coming for him.
I told you messed with the wrong people, dude.
Directly engage the threat.
I gonna. Full hit.
Yeah, that tracks. What would you like?
I definitely want to surprise him, catch him off guard, surprise him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like punch him right in the old breadbasket to knock the wind out of their lungs so that they just fall backwards. And after he just like after he like slams his fist into the body, he like keeps it there for a bit and then pushes off like their body with his feet and lands on the ground.
Okay. What's the other thing you would like to do with this?
The other thing I would like to do is, can I give him 2 conditions? Like, give him 2 conditions? Or is it just one, either like surprise or?
Normally no, but in this case, I'll allow it.
I'm gonna definitely try to put some fear into him.
Yeah, so you slam into Balor and bounce off of him, land on the ground ever so gracefully. It's almost unnatural. As Balor collapses down and his eye turns to regard you, Marvin, and you see almost a sign of recognition.
Like Marvin is just standing there, like he's like huffing. You see like mist flowing out of his mouth with every single breath he's taking. It's a cloud of mist just flows out of his mouth over and over again.
And he lashes out with a fist. Die! And go ahead and take that powerful blow. That's
Okay.
coming your way.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Oof.
You can tank that, yeah.
I can tank that. Yeah, I'm gonna tank it.
So, which one would you like to choose for that?
I am going to lash out wildly.
Okay.
And after I take the hit, I slide backwards, like hunched over, and Marvin snaps his head over at Arthur, and like he goes, "Do something stupid."
And in that moment, like there's just this thought bubble. This is why none of us went upstairs. And he's gonna do something stupid.
Yeah. Marvin.
Going to try and provoke Baylor.
Yeah.
By calling upon one meeting long time ago at Bab's Court, and I'm going to rush up and give him a hug and go, "Hello, Uncle," and just hold him tight. So let's see if this works.
His focus shifts.
I just pull close to his ear. "I'm so sorry. This is the part where you run. I'll try and stop it."
These were supposed to be gone.
"We'll talk later. Run."
And that's when Balor gives you a nod. You all just think he's like shaking, essentially. And then he starts digging into the earth.
And I'm just going to immediately turn and just run back to Marvin and just, "Hey, big fella."
Hey, we did it! It's gone! Good job, Vinny!
Hey, and while this whole thing is happening, Sapphire just watching like, what the hell is this? And he like reaches into like his little pocket portal thing and pulls out, his little communicator thing. And he opens it up with the little diamond thing.
Wait, no.
Hey, Malachite Mizar, do you recognize this? And then I'm gonna use my consult my people's knowledge to ask the GM a question.
Okay.
To see if these aliens know of this particular alien. If they've ever seen anything like this before. It's a 7.
So it's a 7. And what does that mean for us?
That's on a 7 to 9.
So this is which one? Which particular power are we using here?
Belong in 2 worlds.
Belong in 2 worlds.
And
Okay. So you
consult
hold
your
2. Yeah.
people's knowledge to ask the GM a question about their situation.
Okay. So what's the question once more?
Have you ever seen anything like this? Do you recognize this thing, this creature that Marvin's just turned into?
What thing?
The big black thing with the tentacles and the eyeballs right there.
It's blurry. Is something wrong with your viewer?
Blurry? You mean you can't see it? It's right there.
I see a mass there, but...
Okay. Thanks. That's all I needed to know. So he like closed the things. Yeah, you guys, this is new.
Vinny, hey, yeah, we did it. Good job. Good going.
Hey, Marvin, you all right?
He crouches and leaps away.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no. Well, all right. So
I'm gonna tail him. Okay, you guys. I'm gonna tail him. Just hang tight. I'm gonna, and I wings go.
right. I'm gonna try and chase him too.
No, you stay. I got this.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I'll be fine. Sapphire, I'll be fine.
All right. I trust you, Elodie.
We need you two brains together trying to figure out what's going on here, okay?
Right.
I got him.
Okay, Mythos, can you do your little teleport thing and help me bring this? He like hauls over this huge mainframe over, bring this back to the house.
We'll put it in the car. I'll drive there.
I don't think it's gonna fit in the trunk.
There's a hole in the roof now.
Okay, that'll work. It just gonna puts it in the hole. Now there's a car with a mainframe sticking out the top of
it. Isla just stared at everything that was happening and just kind of slowly walks behind Sapphire and Arthur to the car. I can't help him anymore, can I?
You can still help him, just not in the way you think.
And not when he's in a state like this.
No.
I know a thing or two about turning into monsters.
He's not a monster. He's something else.
Yeah, yeah, it's different now.
Yeah, it's different now.
Arthur?
Yeah?
I'm sorry.
Me too.
I just walk to the car. I get in shotgun, and I grab Arthur's hand as he drives us home.
Yeah, and Sapphire's gonna get in the car with the rest of them.
Hold the mainframe in place like a mattress on top of the
car. Yeah. You know what he does? Here's what he does. He transforms into a rope and holds it on the top.
Just a set of bungee cords.
Yes.
Oh, this is why I love it.
This is perfect. Is there anything else we are doing before we start to wind ourselves down for the night?
So I think for the last thing you see from Marvin, Elodie's like flying after him. Like you lost track of him for a bit, but then you kind of find him. He's like sitting on top of a rooftop, just like still in this state, and he's staring at his hands. Ellie, when you land, you see him just sitting there, just staring at his hands, staring at himself. He looks up, he looks over at you, and you hear him just say to you simply, "I can't change back." And that's it. That's the end of that panel.
And I think I've got one last little bit I'm going to do to close out our issue. As you are driving back, Arthur, you're driving along, and you glance out the side just to kind of check, make sure before you change lanes. And keeping pace alongside the car is Darkstrider. What do you do?
Normally, he would panic. He just gives Isla's hand a squeeze. I'm not making the same mistake twice. And just drives calmly to the front of the House of Mystery. Just gets out of the car, walks straight up. We see the height difference. You want something? We're gonna talk.
I'm here to help. And that's where we end our issue.
You what, mate?
Has it really gotten that bad? Have we gotten to that point? Have we gotten to that point where the villain teams up with the hero?
Oh my god, dude.
We're that good at our jobs, guys.
Have we already gotten to that point?
And so, let's go ahead and go back around, have people give a chance to plug themselves, what they do, and where we can find them on the internet, starting in reverse order. Corey, how are you doing, friend? How was your week back?
Oh, I'm doing great, and as expected, you guys, it's never a dull moment with you guys. This was awesome. And for once, Sapphire actually went on a solo mission that went kind of successful for once. So yeah, that's a good thing. Anyway, I'm Hyperlight Sparks, also known as Corey Sparks or Hyperlight Corey in some, or even Corey Sparks in certain circles. You can find me on Twitter on Hyperlight Sparks with an X. I do most of the graphical stuff for this show. And I love it. I love all these people, and I love this thing, and I love all you viewers out there. So, yeah, I had a blast as usual.
Fantabulous. And what is our non-Mythfits issue for this week?
Non-Mythfits issue. Oh, okay. So, Sapphire briefly mentioned something about someone named Lydia Pacius when he was talking about selling things interdimensionally. And this ties in to the newest comic line, The Parallel Plaza. It's basically about, any of you guys know what Vaporwave is? Okay, so an interdimensional shopping mall owned by this family, the Pacius family. They're all time travelers, and they're basically, and this whole comic involves the adventures that they go through. There's Lydia, she's the the happy-go-lucky nice girl who goes around. There's Jessica, her sister, the all business type. Then there's their mother, Erica, her aunt, Olivia, who is just this reckless, just extremely reckless girl who just runs around messing with the time stream. And on top of that, Amelia, the grandmother and the owner of the Parallel Plaza, who is an extremely powerful techno mage who holds a very dark secret as to why she's still running this place, and involving the strange spirit who haunts the Parallel Plaza's back rooms.
Interesting. We'll have to check that issue out. Celeste, how you doing, friend?
My heart, I can't do this. Oh, this hurts so much. Hi, I'm Celeste PLS on Twitter with way too many underscores. I'm Celeste Shepherd here on Twitch. You can catch me this coming Wednesday on iHunt over on Encounter RP, where I play somebody who's not so different from Elodie, Miss Yuna Aran, who's hunting monsters. Who inspired whom, the world may never know. And also, you can catch me next Sunday our off week for here at about noon EST over on Valdrianth's channel, twitch.tv/Valdrianth, doing a little bit of Stille Nacht for the little Extra Life fundraiser that we're doing over there. So if you want some spoopy ghost action, come check that out. Our off comic for this week, for me, is about another player that we didn't get to see in the card room, but who usually frequents it. A wizard, a spellcaster, an arcane man of mystery known as Ace High, who also has a little bit of something hanging over his head because he saw the tower, the original tower, and it told him when and where he will die. And he is trying to circumvent that fate in any way that he can. He's a close associate of our dear KNSO.
Interesting. All right. Pope, friend, how are you?
Okay. That was a mood. My heart is bleeding and it's on the floor. Love each and every one of you. And thank you for being here to join the ride, whether you're live watching VOD or on YouTube. You're as much a part of this amazing story as we are, and thank you for it. I am beside myself. I'm in shock. I have so many questions. Like, my brain and feelings are in a ringer. As for me, if you want to see me a little more composed, but in more peril? ? Check out Penny for a Tale on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. for Dark Horse 4, a L5R horror story. So if you want to take a trip to Rokugan and see something terrible, tune in. And by all means, follow these people. The world is bleak enough as it is, and we all have so much anxiety. You need good people in your life. These are them. And by all means, if you're not because we've got this every other week, next Sunday, be there in Valdrianth's. Give money if you can, support if you can, and Stille Nacht is going to be available for purchase. It's got a beautiful book in English, German. I think there's a couple other localizations. If you love the phantasmagorical, if you love a murder mystery, there is no game better, period. And as for our alternate title, well, we met the hero, Dr. D, Dr. John D. He is a wizard. He is a mathematician, an alchemist, and like bridging the gap between Ace High and our lovely vaporwave tale, he too is a time traveler. There's a reason he disappeared and went missing a number of times throughout that little gap of Elizabethan history. It's because he was fixing other things and seeing other sights. So we get to see the Tales of Dr. D, and the issue title is Meet the Family. And it's him in No Names with all the people who have been his students. All like they're near the bar. They have a giant sub and they're just rubbing elbows. So you get all these little, like, you have the main figures. You see like Hell Wardens there. You see Voodoo Child there. You see all these mystical heroes. A couple of villains, and then a few other things from other comics just hidden in the cover.
Is one of them a chimpanzee?
No. The chimp wasn't taught by D, but the orangutan was. And Inspector Orangutan is off, in the corner of the bar, like exchanging business cards with Shadow Lord, essentially a high-end villainous information broker that was also taught by the good doctor.
It's fantastic. Oh, it's such a juicy cover. I love it. Christy, how are you, friend? Where can we find you?
Hi. I'm Polish Christy. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and I'm going to plug something I don't know if I'm necessarily allowed to plug, but it's going to be very minuscule. I'm going to eventually, because I'm not sure of the time yet, be part of a podcast from our very good friend, David White, aka Mr. Banana Shoes. And someone else in this cast might be a part of it, but I'm not going to say their name.
Ooh.
And I'm doing a one-shot with them as part of a podcast, too, coming up sooner rather than that one that we're going to be recording later. So, check out their Misconceptions podcast, because it's awesome. Also, for our cover, or before that, love these people. All of them. If you're not following them, you should be. Because they are the light of the world. And all of this darkness that we've had this 2020, all I can say is I love them. Every other Sunday, this is my joy. The cover, the title is called Striga. And the only thing you know about a Striga is that it's based off a powerful Polish curse, either from a pregnant woman or a murderous, vile, vengeful woman given to somebody before they die. And then the subtitle you see is wherever you go, you can't get rid of yourself. And in the way background, you see a very itty-bitty Hussar. And then just coming forward and forward are all of these women that look kind of like her, but just dressed differently, different ages, different styles. All the line going back to this Striga curse.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I love all of you.
Oh, so much love. And last, but absolutely not the least, Wally, friend, how are you doing?
Hey y'all, it's your boy Wally. How y'all doing? You can find me on the Twitter at WALLE132, just like the cute little robot from the Disney movie. You can see me playing over at the Stalwart Initiative every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. doing Moth to the Flame. It's a Eberron 5e campaign. We just now made it to the gigantic Artificer City, and I'm very excited for that because my character is a gnome artificer and this is his jam. And there may be some more drama about his dead fiance and his dead brother. Who knows? Anyway, also, you can find me every Thursday at Digital Era Entertainment. I am part of Decode, which is an esports podcast. So we talk about esports every Thursday. We do a live stream every Thursday at 7 p.m. over at twitch.tv/Digital Era Twitch. And we have a video demand next day. Check it out. Hear me talk about video games. That's pretty much all I do. And oh my gosh, you guys, I love role playing with these guys so much. Like, really, follow these people, keep them in your lives because the world is a dick and we need good people like this to keep the happiness flowing. All right. Oh, and my off week comic. Actually, the off week comic is another introduction one-shot comic. It's actually part of the Wide Sweeping Children of Midnight event, which sees various occult characters in this comic universe and how they meet together to form the Children of Midnight. So we already know Voodoo Child is one of the members, is a founding member of the Children of Midnight. And we also have Nosferatu, who is another member. The third member is Susanna Talbot. She is from London. She came to America, to Sunset City, to find out the source of the curse of lycanthropy that she has in her body.
It's fantastic. Children of Midnight, getting some much needed love there, as they are wont to do.
Oh, and one thing that I forgot to describe the cover. It's very quick, very simple. Just a pink on the top, blue on the bottom, an expanse, a door just sitting in the middle of the nothingness, with like a little grid line road pathway towards it, and two Greek statues that are sitting on either end of this like sort of floating door, and it just says on the top, "Welcome to the Parallel Plaza," and that's it. It's very vapor wavy. Yeah. Anyway, I'll let you continue. Sorry about that.
No worries. And of course, folks, I am, as always, Matt, the Killer DM. You can find me on Twitter at the Killer DM, or GM, the Killer GM, where I write about games, nerdery, various other things, and talk with people. I don't have anything else going on right this second. I'd like to do something, but we'll figure it out. It's a crazy time. Scheduling and everything else is a pain. Always the final boss of games. We'll see what we can put together. Otherwise, follow these people. They're wonderful. They are, I can say this without reservation, they are bright rays of sunshine in my life, and I am happy and better person for having them here. So you do well to keep up with them. Thank you all so much for watching, whether it's live with us, which we prefer, or of course VOD, YouTube, wherever you get your Mythfits action. We're happy you're sticking around with us, and we hope to see you come. Because, boy, things are going to get real interesting in Sunset City. And I've got one last thing, because of course I don't have enough. We cut into the Bureau of Observations laboratories, and they have a drone that's showing on Marvin in his transformed state. And a gray stitched up hand taps something in and zooms in. Oh, it seems he's finally embraced the Nephilim. I was wondering when he would do that. Good night, my friends.